Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, so Talk Tuesday. It is blazing hot outside, so we are in the water. We're about 3/4 of the way, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through walk. I wanted to wait until we were on our way back to show you a different part of the water, but also to where the footing is not like super dodgy, just somewhat dodgy. Well, and there's got a stick. Right, so we have Phoebe Tucker Murphy headed back towards us there. Good job. Good. Okay, go. Saxon, hey man. Oh, don't die. And today, sorry, I just have to do some kink appreciation. Look at the curly cues. Okay, carry on. So today's topic, I wanted to talk a little bit about food drive and creating a food drive. And first off, like, why do we do that? So creating a food drive and maintaining a food drive is like one of the easiest ways to train your dog. Lose your stick, bud? All right. Is one of the easiest ways to train because you're having your dog be very operant. And what I mean by operant is that they are very willing to work with you and listen to you. Some dogs come naturally operant, like golden retrievers, Nova, labs, most herding dogs, because they've been bred for generations upon generations to work as a team with somebody. They, I almost fall on Saxon. They're bred to like be a counterpart to a human. Phoebe, too far. Thank you. And there was a big bang earlier, so she's pretty eager to get back to the water. Okay, get up here. There we go. Good girl. Okay, go. An example of a breed that tends to be not very operant, just naturally, I mean, is Terriers. So most Terriers are bred to like hunt through the house for vermin and kill them when they find them and like those sorts of things. So if you don't sort of work with your dog when they're young or take the time to encourage them to be more operant when they're older, you basically have a battle on your hands because they truly do not think they have to listen to you. Like, they're interested in you for companionship purposes and for you to feed them, but they'll create their own jobs if they aren't given any. So, to make life easier, you want to make them as operant as possible when they're pups. So, you guys have heard me say time and time again to make puppies work for their food. Now, keep in mind when I say that, having them work for their meals, you take their meal, depending on the age of the puppy, you start at like a 2-minute training session and you work your way up to a 10-minute max training session because you want to keep it positive and fun. Like, to them, you're playing a game, but they're really? Child, thank you. Keep going. To them, you're just playing games, but they're also earning your food. So it's sort of cementing your role as the leader, which you are. Like, you're able to process things a heck of a lot faster. You know right off the cuff what's bad for your puppy and what's good for your puppy. Example being, like, don't eat the hosta. That's actually pretty toxic. So you need to have the kind of respectful relationship with your puppy where if you say out or leave it, that they will at the very least let you take it out of their mouth and not touch it after you've said no. Cronk who has his first vet appointment today. Well, with us anyway. It's technically his second vaccinations. But, I've been doing this with him. Now he has a very, very short attention span. He's 12 weeks today. Sorry, 12 weeks today. And, oh God. And he really can only do, still at 12 weeks, about 2-3 minutes of like drills, games, whatever you want to call them. And then that's it for him. So basically what I do is I use the food, I work on whatever I'm going to work on, do it for 2-3 minutes. Hold on, I'm caught in a weed. Okay. Do it for 2-3 minutes, and then I put the rest of his food in like Kongs or basically just puzzles. Easy puzzles, mind. He's still a puppy, so I'm not doing anything crazy. So he's still technically working for his food, and he's learning how to think and puzzle solve, which I might regret as he gets older. But for the moment, weed. Hold on. Not weed, just random stuff. Okay. There we go. Hi, Hamish. That was very regal. Good job. And then, like, once he goes on walk, I will just be taking his breakfast with me to work on walk for his breakfast. Good swimming! Good job! Oh, no. Now there's... Oh, good Lord. Okay. Sorry, that was a spider situation again. Yeah, so that's why we create the food drive. The other thing, like, you guys know why I tend to lean towards training with food as opposed to treats. And don't get me wrong, treats are in there. Like when we take Cronk on walk with Murphy in the evening, for his recalls, he gets liver. So, hold on, we've hit dodgy footland. Oh. There's a panicked bird around. Don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is an alarm call, letting other birds know that there's predators about. I mean, they are technically predators, but Hamish, whatever you're eating, no. He's like, nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, so food drive, how we create that, good boy, is basically just having them work for their meals. And if you start while they're a puppy, this is super easy, especially if you have a food motivated pup. The key is, like, don't make your initial sessions too hard so they just give up. Like, I will show you some drills that I'm doing with Cronk, and you can, like, shape those to whichever. But even if your dog is older and you're having challenges, I'd recommend creating that food drive. And when you first start, because they haven't worked for their food before, they might be a little resistant to the idea. And then also because they're like, hold on. This is where I'm gonna die. If I'm gonna die, this is the place it's gonna happen. Let's jump up here. Okay, and step down. Now, the key is, if they're not working for you, you put the food away and you walk away, and that's that. Now, you can try 10 minutes later to see, like, if you're feeding breakfast. But if you get that 10 minutes later and they're still not working for you, skip that meal entirely and then go to dinner. So dogs will eat. They know that they need to eat. They're not going to starve themselves. So you may have to skip a couple of meals, but in the end, it's really important, if you're trying to create a food drive, to have them working for their food. and to not give up. Murphy, too far. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna stop it here because these are my clothes to put back on over my bathing suit, and I should do that. And I definitely need 2 hands for it. So hope you guys are having as much fun as your dogs are. And if you have any questions about this or any other video, you know what to do. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.